What's going on? It's your boy CJ Goodfella back with the boxing lens. One time for the one time shout out to the LDBC. You know, one thing in the midst of it was about almost 1 o'clock in the morning. That was very quick, simple, and sweet. Was Jeff me so horny, calling out Floyd Mayweather. Kind of zipped past my head for a minute and just dawned on me that he told Floyd Mayweather, and I didn't even watch it again, just flashed back at me. He told Floyd Mayweather, do you want the gloves or the walking stick? He called Floyd out. But he also called Keith Thurman and Earl Spence out. But let's get to the topic of discussion. All right, Floyd Mayweather is back active. I've been on record saying that if Canelo beats Triple G, him and Canelo will be the biggest fight in boxing, financially wise. If he goes up to middleweight or some type of catchweight, whatever the fuck is the nature. But I think we have a clear number 2 right here for the simple fact that everybody's in total shock that Jeff Horn was able to get a decision versus Manny Pacquiao in Brisbane. If Pacquiao chooses not to come back, or if Jeff Horn can possibly some way beat him in a rematch. And the lowdown is that Arum is legally obligated to make the fight happen or try to make the fight happen in Brisbane again or in Australia. Then if things doesn't work out financially, he can look at other locations for the fight. But, me personally, I love to see Pacquiao fight him in the Philippines. But if somehow this fight, doesn't come to fruition, or if Jeff Horn beats him again in some fucking type of holy miracle, it's just the fact that Pacquiao was done. Because there's no gimme that, Pacquiao is still Pacquiao and that Jeff Horn is still Jeff Horn after taking that ass from him. He looked like a split open pumpkin. But if Mayweather gets past McGregor, which is a high possibility in most people's minds, if, Jeff Horn versus Floyd Mayweather, I guess it would have to be in Las Vegas. We are talking about Floyd, who exclusively fought out of Las Vegas for however long. I don't remember him fighting at the Atlanta Boardwalk versus Arturo Gotti is the last time I remember him fighting outside of Vegas. My timeline could be fucked up, but, I think making that fight happen on PBC, even though they probably going to try to make people pay for it. And the simple fact, somebody brought this up to my mind, this scenario is the point that they wanted Jeff Horn to win so the next fight can be on pay-per-view for Pacquiao. I think fans would be interested in Jeff Horn versus Floyd Mayweather to see Floyd Mayweather inflict some justice. That has been preordained from the boxing gods for robbing everybody's lovable boxer, Manny Pacquiao. And for Floyd Mayweather to be a nice financial payday. It might not be a McGregor-type payday if it doesn't happen in Brisbane. But if it happened in Brisbane, I think that whole stadium will be, literally sold out depending on how good he looks versus McGregor. I think the whole stadium will be sold out. I think that if they had a bigger stadium over there, he could fill that 50,000 stadium up twice again. 100,000 even though I know it's not possible. But the money would be there, if somehow the Pacquiao Horn situation doesn't, materialize. And the story is there. I think fans would pay for this fight. Even just to see Floyd inflict some justice on Jeff Horn. Now, with him getting robbed, is that an issue with Floyd? I don't think it's an issue with Floyd. I think Floyd knows his ability to be able to fight even at 40 years old. And Jeff Horn, the thing with him is it's another financial payday. And after these 2 fights, he can, legitimately retire and just go back to teaching as a hobby. But if it's somehow he's able, in the realm of a miracle in his world possibility, he's able to retire 2 legends in a row, I think that, says a lot about him and catapults him into superstardom and epically puts him as an all-time fucking great. As funny as it would sound, as far as mythical, magical stories, his story, his life will be made a fucking movie after that shit, in my opinion. But it could work financially. It sounds good. I gotta see how Mayweather looks. He said he wasn't the fighter 5, 10, 20 years ago, but I see him beating Jeff Horn. But if some OT time, real talk. If you want to talk about him versus Keith Thurman or Earl Spence, I think it's a straight slaughter. I think those young bulls are not as, physically limited as Pacquiao was last night. And one thing I say, I don't think Pacquiao took him serious last night. He said he was dealing with the cold. Another Pacquiao excuse, though. But, Keith Thurman totally retires him, obliterates him. And I think Earl Spence totally obliterates him. Danny Garcia obliterates him. Sean Porter obliterates him. I think a number of welterweights obliterates him. Jesse Vargas obliterates him as well. And we'll see how all this materializes. We gone.